So if you have questions on how to complete the PSAT questions from your Unit 1 test, feel free to go through and watch this in its entirety or to skip to problems you want to see. Just remember, if you decide to do a retake, you do have to retake all of the problems. So if you missed a problem, or if you got a problem correct and you guessed on it, you'll want to make sure you understand how to complete it. So number 1 is asking us how many solutions, right? So it's not asking us what is the solution, it's saying how many solutions does it have. So we're going to want to solve this equation. That's one approach you can take, right? We'll undo. There's variables on both sides of the equal sign. If they're on opposite sides, we get them together with the opposite sign. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we have 49x equals, right? Negative 49 plus 98 gives us 49. And then these just cancel out, which gives us 0, right? That is actually a number. It gets to be a number. So we'll undo multiplication with division. When we divide 0 by 49, that gives us an answer of 0. Now, this isn't saying that there are 0 solutions. It is saying that there is one solution, and the one solution to this problem is 0. So this has exactly one solution. Number 2, okay, if 3x minus 27 equals 24, what is the value of x minus 9? So we are first going to want to solve this equation, right? So I want to solve this. I'll undo subtraction with addition. Right, so I'm taking 24 plus 27, which will give me a 51. And then I'll undo multiplication with division. And so I'll get x equals 17. Now, that is not my answer. My answer is not x equals 17 because this wants to know what is x minus 9 or what is 17 minus 9, right? I'm substituting in the value of x of 17. So now I need to take 17 minus 9, which gives me 8. Okay, so my final answer here will be 8. Number 3, there are numerous approaches that you can take on number 3. So I know for many of you, we've talked about this concept in class. For many of you, you might go through and start solving each of these equations. So you could solve this first equation for x and say 14x minus 21 equals 63, and then undo subtraction with addition. And then undo multiplication with division. And we'll get x equals 6. Then what you could do is start going through and solving each of these equations over here until you find one that gives you x equals 6. That is a completely fine approach. However, we have also talked about how to do this in class. The other option that we said was a possibility was to recognize that this was 7 times 2x minus 3, right? I have two things being multiplied. Oops, that's a 63. And I can undo multiplication with division. So I can divide each side by 7. So these 7s cancel out. And then I'm just taking 63 divided by 7, which gives me 9. And that gives me this first equation. So either of those options would work. Number 4, a candle is made of 17 ounces of wax. When the candle is burning, the amount of wax in the candle decreases by 1 ounce every 4 hours. If 6 ounces of wax remain in this candle, how many hours has it been burning? So this is a total problem. It's a little bit more complex of a total story problem, but it is a total story problem, right? There is a total of 6 ounces remaining. So we have a blank plus a blank equals our total of 6 ounces. Okay, we just need to recognize in here that there were 17 ounces and it is decreasing. So we want to subtract 1 ounce every 4 hours. So we're getting 1/4, 1 ounce every 4 hours. Okay, this problem wants to know how many hours. So X is going to equal number of hours. So anything that's happening per hour gets the X. So that is going to be our 1/4. So this is something we can then solve. We can subtract 17 from each side. So I'll have negative 1/4 X. Gives us negative 11. Again, you can divide by 1/4, multiply by 4, multiply by the reciprocal. Whatever sort of works for you is fine. Just make sure you have something that works. And we'll get X equals 44. So our correct answer will be D. Okay, our last problem. In the equation above, A and B are constants. If the equation has infinitely many solutions, what are the values of A and B? So remember, infinitely many solutions is the number of solutions it has. It means we want all real numbers as an answer, so we want to get a true statement. We need the variable to cancel out, and we need a true statement in our answer. So you have a couple approaches that you can go through to solving this. Approach number 1 is to start plugging in each of these options for A and B. So let's just try that approach. So if I plug in A is 2, so A is going to be replaced by 2, and B is going to be replaced by 1. So if I say 2 times 3 minus X minus 1, negative 1 minus 2X, right? We sort of looked at this in one of our Bell work assignments, and we said, okay, so we'll start solving 6 minus 2X minus 1. Okay, so if I get my variables together, they're on opposite sides of the equal sign. So I use the opposite sign. So this works well. This is perfect. These variable cancels. And over here I have this. The problem is that 6 minus 1 is 5. And this is a false statement. We don't want a false statement. We want a true statement. So this does not work. But that A value being 2 gave me that correct value in front of X. So that's probably going to lead me to really look my eyes at answer B, because I still have that A value of 2, but I have a B value of 7. So now let's try and plug in a B value of 7 and see what happens. Okay, so if I make that substitution, I have 2 times 3 minus X minus 7. Okay, so if I start solving 6 minus 2X minus 7. Right, all these same steps, those cancel, which is great. So now I'm left with 6 minus 7, and 6 minus 7 is negative 1, which is a true statement. So our correct answer would be answer B.